Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Talladega Superspeedway for the JCB Excavation 250. And of course, it is an event that's put on by Bar Money Racing. I am Wesley Outland, and I'll be on the call for this event as we get ready to set the stage for 99 laps here at the Talladega Superspeedway, as these drivers have just took the green flag to start things here, getting in line. Kenneth McCullough, Kenneth Stamper, Matthew Baker, Jimmy Crawford, all the drivers that are right now on the racetrack. You can see the official scoring ticker showing as the field is working their way off the corner now out of turn number 4. Down to the line, Kenneth McCullough is going to work into the tri-oval here, and he is going to lead the opening lap here for the JCB Excavation 250. There's a whole bunch of sponsors. You saw that on the sponsor list. And, of course, on the top right of the broadcast on PTM Racing TV, you will see that throughout the night. As here comes the field working again off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Kenneth McCullough in that lead spot. Matthew Baker now on the outside with John Mollahan to follow. They're still going to stay nestled 2 by 2 by 2 down the super stretch as they work their way into corner number 3. McCullough down to the bottom. Baker up high. Here comes Mollahan and Stamper now ready to make a move on the outside lane. Justin Mills thought about making a move as well. By the way, $40 went from JT Mills in fast qualifier. And again, the driver, of course, getting it done was the McCullough family. As right now we watch these drivers working their way off the corner down through the tri-oval. Already a couple of laps into this one here at Talladega with Kenneth McCullough. The McCullough Motorsports Racing Team based out of Statesboro, Georgia. Out in front, Matthew Baker, the Coasting Thunder entry. Chevrolet up on the outside lane. Right now, everybody still stays 2 by 2 by 2 as they work their way down the back straightaway. Back straightaway, McCullough down to the inside. Baker will stay to the outside. Mollahan now in tow. So is also Stamper. Mills, Crawford. Watch the Thundering Herd work their way around here at Talladega. Right now, 2.66 miles, the size of the racetrack, as you see them thunder by in a bunch of different camera angles. As right now, Kenneth McCullough is the man that is leading the way right now. Kenneth McCullough, followed by Matthew Baker, John Mollahan, Kenneth Stamper, all these guys working their way across the line. And we got, looks like a little scramble there going into turn number 1. Somehow they hold it together going back into the corner. And there you see them working their way back into corner number 1 and 2. So just a moment ago, I think we got a little glitching issue on Kenneth McCullough timing out, but then he pops right back in again. As right now, McCullough is the man that is in the lead. Matthew Baker in second. Look at John Mollahan right there in third. Justin Mills behind him in the Bar Money Racing entry. White machine right there to the inside. That's the Ford. Then you got the 30 up top trying to get something going. Got the Bengals colors for Stamper's machine, Kenneth Stamper. All this going on now as they work their way back into the tri-oval here. Another lap on the board in the JCB Excavation Incorporated. 250 miles, 99 laps around the Talladega Superspeedway. 34 degrees of banking will greet these drivers as they work into corner number 1 and 2. Of course, down that long super stretch, that's the, of course, Talladega, Alabama Gang Super Straightaway as they hit the back stretch right now. Look at McCullough hitting his marks perfectly. Kenneth McCullough down to the inside. Baker will follow. All these guys stay in tow with one another as all this great racing continues to take place. So we're watching all these drivers working their way around the racetrack again, put another lap on the board. As all of this happens, again, another lap taking place. Working off the corner. Here they come through the tri-oval. Thanks to all of those sponsors. Coasting Thunder. You see them all on the top right. Hyper Motorsports. Big thanks to all of them being sponsors for this event in the JCB Excavation 250 here at Talladega right now. In the early going starting of this race. And as you can see, the leader up in front, Kenneth McCullough. All this is going on as they work the back straightaway, and watch them thunder down the back stretch into corner number 3. I love all the awesome camera angles, and we got a caution on the racetrack. Yellow flag is out over the speedway, and we will be under yellow flag for the first time here in the race. So we got an instant replay coming up from PTM Racing TV, and we'll take a look at it for why we are under the yellow flag here. So the caution flag coming out here for the first time in the race. We'll take a look at an instant replay here to show you what happened. By the way, while we're waiting for the replay, I want to say thanks to these sponsors. I mentioned JT Mills, $40 pole award to the fast qualifier. Thanks also to JCB Excavation Incorporated, the title sponsor for this event. Ron Morris Paint and Racing for the race control sponsor. Thank you also to MMS Money Racing. The cleanest driver outside of the money spot will get awarded $50. Street Limit is the wildest crash of the race tonight. We'll get $25. Pacey Gray Racing, a hard charger award for $25. Hyper Motorsports halfway leader gets $50. Kenneth Stamper Racing lap 69 leader, whoever it is, will get, of course, a bonus. And Coasting Thunder, $50 going to the winner from Coasting Thunder. Here's a look at a replay for why we're under the yellow flag for the first time tonight. And look at this, couple of trucks getting tangled and into one another. And there you see the end result. There goes Based and some other machines, Real, all going around. And that's put us under the yellow flag here. Let's look at it. We're going to put it in rewind, put it in replay for you one more time. Look at this. Hard impact for Real into the safer barrier in turn number 1, just past the start-finish line. Nowhere to go for the Hyper Motorsports entry. And then Based and Real and all these other drivers get tangled into it. Obviously, Mike Davenport and looked like he might have got collected in it. Obviously, Based, we'll keep an eye on all of them. Douglas Camp also might be involved. Joseph Allen, some of the drivers that were collected. But it was all started with Kenny Real, and that put us under the yellow flag here for the first time. So the caution flag waves for the first time here at Talladega in the JCB Excavation Incorporated 250. Again, 2.66 miles, Talladega Super Speedway. These drivers will go 99 laps. This is just over 100 miles, by the way, because usually 94 laps is the halfway distance of 250 miles. They're going to go over that, just a short hair. 99 laps will be the distance of the race. And, of course, we're waiting to get the restart put back up here for you. Thanks for those joining us as we're on lap number 8 of 99. I don't think anybody is going to the pit lane so far here in the early going of this race. Obviously, now Matthew Baker being showed as the leader. John Mollahan in second. Kenneth McCullough third. Jimmy Crawford fourth. Kenneth Stamper right now in the top 5. Justin Mills, Joshua McCullough, John Ward, Samuel Carter, and Michael Triscaro. Right now, the drivers that are in the top 10. You can see the full scoring rundown on the broadcast monitor of all the drivers that were involved in the accident, of 38 drivers that took the green flag here in the, of course, JCB Excavation 250. So the field to get back in line, and we'll be ready to set up for another restart here in just a couple of moments after the caution flag has been rescinded. Thanks to everybody for joining us on JCB Excavation 250. It's on PTM Racing TV on behalf of course, Robert Warrens, our producer director, Chan Pottle, everybody that's involved. Thank you for taking the time to join us on the broadcast, as right now we are in lap number 8 of 99, the distance here for this event. So right now, another lap will go on the board as, again, caution laps do count in this event. Obviously, Matthew Baker is the man that is leading the way right now, the number 5 machine. John Mollahan in second. Kenneth McCullough third. Want to let everybody know this race was scheduled for yesterday. It was ran last night. This is a replay. This is a replay broadcast voiceover. We will show the race in its entirety. However, there will be times that we might skip the cautions to try to further lengthen the, if you will, the to make the race go by faster. So, if we show the accident, we'll show you the replays, and then we'll show you the restart. As right now, the lights are off on the iRacing safety car. Get ready to set up for a restart. Coasting Thunder. Number 5 up in front, that is Matthew Baker. John Mollahan in that second position. Kenneth McCullough sits in third. Jimmy Crawford is in fourth. Kenneth Stamper fifth. Justin Mills right now, of course, the drivers that are in the top 5, 6 spots. Then it's Joshua McCullough followed by John Ward, Samuel Carter, and Michael Triscaro, the top 10. Rest of the lineup, including right now from 10th on back, will be the drivers of Azranoth, followed by Carruthers, Forbes, Corbett, Menchia, and Stefan right now, the top 15. As we'll get ready to get these guys reset for a restart. Looks like they're going to be coming to green this time by here in the JCB Excavation 250 on PTM Racing TV as the lights will go off. Pace cars should be ready to drop onto pit lane, and we should be ready to look for a restart here. Thanks to all of those sponsors that are scrolling on the top right of the screen. We appreciate them making this event happen. And we get set for the restart. Pace car is on the pit lane. Here comes the field now through the tri-oval. Back to the Geico restart zone. By the way, the start-finish line at Talladega is all the way at the end of the start of the pit lane going into turn number 1. Baker, Mollahan right there on the jump. They are side by side. Here they come through the starter's box. Green flag goes back in the air. It'll be lap number 10 of 99. Just 90 laps to go here in the JCB Excavation 250, and we go back under green. Baker on the inside. Here comes now Mollahan to get up room up top. He's going to throw the block on Crawford. Here comes now Kenneth McCullough. The McCullough Motorsports hyper entry down to the inside. Plenty of room given now as all these guys start bobbing and weaving, finding short position. Here comes Triscaro out of line, McCullough out of line in the 31. They're starting to get 3 wide very quickly as Matthew Baker stays to the inside. Baker down to the bottom of the racetrack. Mollahan now up in the middle lane. Up top, Justin Mills trying to get something started on the outside lane as here they come storming off of turn number 4 down to the tri-oval, put another lap on the board. When they come to the line, it is Matthew Baker in the lead. Baker, Mollahan, Crawford, the top 3 podium, as right now they'll send back out into turn number 1. Back off into turn number 1. It's now Baker down to the inside of the racetrack. Justin Mills now to the outside lane. He's up on the top of the safer barrier. All these guys holding their lane with Baker to the inside. McCullough up on the middle lane. Here comes now, looks like a shot. That's the 6, John Mollahan. He's the monkey in the middle. All these guys starting to split 2 and 3 wide now as they get 3 wide again, working up the outside lane. Here comes Samuel Carter. Carter's got Mills up top. Baker can't block 2 or 3 lanes at one time. He goes to the middle lane. Here comes McCullough powering through to the bottom. He'll now carry also the machinist Stamper to the inside. All this goes on with now Crawford up top. Mills behind him, and they are 2 and 3 wide frantically here in the early going at Talladega. What a monumental race they're putting on so far in the JCB Excavation 250. Matthew Baker in front. He is the man that's leading the way, the Pied Piper, if you will, on the Calvary. Another lap on the board. All of this taking place. Everybody minding their P's and Q's after one caution flag in the early going of this race. Here they come through turn 4. It's Matthew Baker down to the inside. McCullough, plenty of room to the bottom. Mollahan will follow. In that 30 machine, there's the 6. Up on the middle lane, the outside lane still getting tricky up on the top. Up at the safer barrier as Mollahan gives plenty of room now. Carter's got to check up for a minute. All this happens with Stamper now in the mix. Crawford up high. Look at this going on down the back stretch. Great racing in the top 10 is now Christopher McCullough has got to the outside lane and hooked up with the 94. Or the 84 of Jimmy Crawford, my apologies. As here they come off turn 4, 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, 5 rows deep. As here they come thundering through the tri-oval up top side from the aerial coverage at Talladega. It is now McCullough the leader at the line. Matthew Baker will fall back to second. Here comes Triscaro up top shelf. Here comes Stamper to follow on the bottom. All this is going on as they work into turn 2. 14 of 99 laps right now in the JCB Excavation 250. Remember, this race on PTM Racing TV was raced last night. This is a live voiceover replay tonight. As they work into the corner, it's Kenneth McCullough down to the inside. All this great racing happening now with McCullough as the leader. Baker in second. Triscaro now puts the 34 to the number 3 spot. And all this is going on now as they work their way back into turn 4 to the tri-oval. Matthew Baker in the top spot, leading the way. Kenneth McCullough now falling back just a little bit, understanding he's blinking out. We'll keep an eye on him in the 0-3 as we pick back up John Mullahan, Matthew Baker. That's why we're losing the video feed right there. It's McCullough going in and out. There you see him pop back into view again. They call it net code, but people are not a fan of that. Hopefully he can pop back in view, as he's got now John Mullahan to his outside. Matthew Baker, Crawford on the outside as well. In the tow is also the 10 of Dustin Carruthers. New drivers now. We mentioned into the top 10, as well as Trevor Asrenoff as well in the 9th position. They come back to the outside. What a power move by Jimmy Crawford. He tries to stick it 3 wide up to the safer barrier. He's got a wingman behind him in Michael Triscaro. As that goes on into the corner on the outside lane out of turn 2, down the super stretch. McCullough still inking, blinking, nod. Here comes Baker down to the inside. He'll pile to the bottom of the racetrack, and there's still 3x3 going to 3. Great racing right now as the field works their way back off the corner. You see the Dale Jr. throwback. Number 10, Dustin Carruthers. It looks a lot like the Budweiser colors of when he drove for DEI. And right now you see him right there racing alongside the 34. Michael Triscaro and others, and now still in the lead, Kenneth McCullough. But he has timed out again. Waiting to see him pop back up again. You'll see him pop in whenever he gets connection again. He's still being showed as the leader as they work the back straightaway now. Matthew Baker has fallen back to second, third spot. Here comes now Mullahan to the outside lane. There you mentioned the 10 of Carruthers. He's now back up and winded up to the outside. Jimmy Crawford up top. Now he falls way back into the top 7 of the pack as they work their way off the corner. McCullough being shown out now. He pops back in. There you see him again. We got one getting loose. Couple of trucks spinning to the bottom of the apron of the racetrack on the flat. 32. Oh, what a save. Keeps it going. That's Michael Mincheka, I'm sorry. And he had some help. Want to say, what a save. They are going to stay under the green flag. We are not going under caution. I want to say Douglas Camp might have been the other driver. Had the colors of the fabulous Hudson Hornet. Nonetheless, no caution. We stay under green flag. When they come to the line, Matthew Baker in the lead inside. Now Baker's going to fall all the way back to 5th. My apologies. It's now Kenneth McCullough back out in front again. McCullough in the lead. Samuel Carter now to the number 2 spot. Mullahan will follow. John Ward as well. All this going on now as they work their way off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Got a couple of drivers that are having some timing issues, it looks like, popping in and out. And they all stay together in line as they start popping in and out into view again. You got to wonder how long the race director might tolerate that before he finally says, okay, enough is enough. Either you get it fixed or we're going to have to disqualify you. As right now it looks like McCullough, Carter, Mullahan, Ward, and Baker all are having some kind of timing issue. And then they pop back up in view again. And then the race rolls on. When they come to the line this time by, it'll be 20 of 99 laps here in the JCB Excavation 250 PTM Racing TV. I am Wesley Outland. Thanks for joining us on the call. Appreciate, of course, Chan Pottle as well as Robert Mourns on production side behind the scenes making this happen. We were not able to broadcast the race in its real time last night, so this is the replay voiceover of what's going on. Now the race is live on the air on PTM Racing TV as we speak. Here comes now Baker down to the inside. He'll power back alongside the 10 of Carruthers. Stamper blinks again just a little bit, pops back in view. Here comes now McDonald in the battle. Larry McDonald carries the 7 with him up the racetrack. Couple of Hyper Motorsports entries, one behind the other, behind the 10 of Carruthers up on the outside lane. And when all this happens, they work the back straightaway. You still see McCullough being showed as a leader, but he keeps timing in and out. A lot of these drivers are having those problems. As we're working about 20 laps when they come to the line, 1/5 of the way, 99 laps the distance, 3 wide again as they come through the tri-oval here in Talladega. By the way, Trevor Azranoth was the driver in that fabulous Hudson Hornet colors that got into it with Mencia and went into the tri-oval grass a few laps ago. They still hold it together, and we still stay green. 3 by 3, 4 rows deep down the back. Straight away they thunder. A lot of teammates, Hyper Motorsports, the red, white, and blue. You're on board. Watching this great action taking place. This is Bradley Stefane on the racetrack right now. He's in the 21st spot, a couple of laps down. Got caught up in that accident in the early going. 1 yellow flag, by the way, to halt things so far in the JCB Excavation Incorporated 250. Kenneth McCullough in the lead. John Mollahan, John Ward watching all these guys now working their way down the backstretch. We're seeing now on board still with Bradley Stefane right under the tailgate of Parker. And there's contact, oh my, on board. And you see the calamity, and we've got trouble. Couple of trucks have scattered down into turn number 3 on the bottom and top of the racetrack, and they have all got torn up. Bradley Stefane somehow trying to keep rolling. And I believe this is going to draw a caution flag. The 2, Justin Mills, he got caught up in it. Larry McDonald and others. Yellow flag out for the second time here at Talladega. We can take a look at a replay and show you what happened here. Just getting ready to put 20 laps on the board of 99 here in the JCB Excavation 250. Let's take a look at a replay. We'll find out what happened to put us under the caution flag here. So here it is. Watch now what happened. We were on board with Stefane, and you see McDonald and Carruthers and others. This all happened within the top 10 of the pack. Up top aerial view coverage. This is with Larry McDonald. And there you see Astronaut, McDonald. It's all the 7 of Bradley Stefane. We were on board with Stefane when that took place. And that puts us, yeah, understanding there's too many blinks, but we caught the best that we could. And that's why we're under caution for the second time. As again, there's a look from what just happened on the backstretch. Under yellow flag for the second time. Had an awesome intro for this race. We'll play it again, and we'll be back with more coverage of the JCB Excavation 250 from Talladega. Back here at Talladega, and we're getting ready for the restart here after 26 of 99 laps. We, again, are on a archive of the race that was held yesterday afternoon. To help enhance the race, we've skipped the long caution periods to go back to green, just so you know, and we are ready to go back for the restart. Field in the Geico restart zone in just a matter of moments. They're in the box from up top from the chopper. Green flag in the air. Let's see how it all shakes down. Joshua McCullough is now the new leader. John Ward on the outside lane. John Mollahan will follow. Kenneth McCullough, who led some stretch of the race in the early going, falls back into the top 5 clutches of Carter, Stamper, Mills, Baxter, Osborne, Carruthers. There's your top 10, and they're working off too. Down the back stretch, got to take about a lap or so to get back to full song here at Talladega. This time by working lap number 27 of 99 laps in this thing. It's all the while, it is Joshua McCullough leading the way. Mollahan in that second spot. John Ward is in third. All this happening as they work into turn 4, coming through the tri-oval. Back down to the start-finish line. Another lap on the board. Give it to McCullough. McCullough on the outside lane. The Statesboro, Georgia driver. Here comes Mollahan back down to the inside. All of this happening now as they work their way into 2. Mollahan in tow. So is also McCullough. A couple of McCullough family drivers from Statesboro, Georgia for Hyper Motorsports in this battle. Watching it all shake, rattle, and roll down the back stretch here. Kenneth McCullough from Statesboro, Georgia, the MMS Money Racing entry. And there you see him right there to the outside. By the way, they're talking about having another big money race. David Sheets was telling me about that the other day. We'll have details on that. I believe it was scheduled for March the 24th is what I believe the date will be. Sunday, March 24th. Make sure you make your plans to join them. I think they're going to go 500 miles here in Talladega, I believe. Right now, Kenneth McCullough, outside lane, in the lead. But for how long? Here comes John Ward. John Ward on the inside, trying to battle side by side, stride for stride, up the bank and into turn number 3 here at Talladega. Couple of caution flags to slow things down here so far. For the most part, everybody's still clean. As you watch now from the top view, McCullough trying to block a couple of lanes, 2 and 3 wide. Now he drifts up in front of John Ward. This opens up the door to Joshua McCullough. And Joshua McCullough now to the inside, trying to battle now Mollahan for the lead. Here comes Ward up on the outside lane. And while that goes on, Justin Mills. So is also Kenneth Stamper, Jimmy Crawford. All these drivers starting to get in the mix. Jeremy Osborne, the green and yellow 41. Also, first time we mention him behind Baker. Trunk full of the 5. He's on the tailgate of that machine as they work into 3 and 4. Thank you, Troy Elliott. Appreciate it. On the solo call here, PTM Racing TV. By the way, big thanks to Robert Warrens as well as Chan Pottle for coming together to work behind the scenes to get this broadcast on the air. Chan Pottle having some technical issues last night with iRacing, unable to broadcast live. But again, this race is live right now. I am talking to you live right now, but this is an archive from last night's race. Amazing the technology that iRacing and broadcasting has at PTM Racing TV. And a big thanks to the saving grace Robert Warrens for making it happen. John Mollahan down to the inside, not for long though. John Ward to the bottom. McCullough up top. And they're 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. 4 rows deep as they work off 4. Thundering down into the tri-oval here, working off of turn number 4. Put another lap on the board. John Mollahan up in front. Kenneth McCullough in second. Turn 2, back straightaway. McCullough, Ward, Stamper, Mollahan. Got to make sure you don't go below that yellow line to advance your position. All these drivers holding it together as they work off turn number 3 and 4. Thundering down to the tri-oval. Kenneth Stamper now, the Bengals, number 30. KSR, one of the sponsors of this race. Timing and scoring has him as 21. He's in truck 30. He's on the outside lane. Battle alongside John Ward for second. And Kenneth McCullough back in the spot from Statesboro, Georgia to P1. All this happening down the backstretch. Working now, lap number 34. Kenneth McCullough thunders through the banking. Off of turn 4. Hope you're ready. Turn up the volume. It's time to crank it up here at Talladega as we approach lap 35 here in the JCB Excavation 250. We got trouble. Big wreck. Turn number 1 and 2 during Crank It Up. And this will slow the field down. Caution out over the racetrack. Trouble in turn number 1 and 2. You see a couple of the trucks moving back. Thomas Parker involved. Ryan Baste involved. Second or third time he's been involved in a caution here at Talladega. And the yellow flag will fly. Replay coming up. 5173, Robert, take your pick. Some of those trucks were involved. We were doing Crank It Up, and then there's calamity in turn number 1 and 2 to put us under the yellow flag on lap number 35 of 99 here in the Bar Money Racing JCB Excavation Incorporated 250. All right, setting it up here. Here's a look at a replay for while we are under the caution flag. We're trying to get a copy of the accident for you to show you, or we're trying to get a replay here for you to show you from the truck what happened to put us under the caution flag. All right, I think we've got one now. Baste was involved. The 73 was involved, so we got some of those names, but we're trying to obviously get it for us here. Here's a look at a replay, I believe, coming up for what happened. And there you see it. Oh, my, a couple of teammates into the pack. Didn't even realize the 5 was caught up in it. And there's a look at it again in real time. I believe that's Forbes, I believe, and the 5 turns into the pack. Carter involved. Some other drivers caught up in it. And there's a look at why Bobby Forbes involved. Thomas Parker. Baste was caught up in it. And that's the reason why we're under the yellow flag. All right, so we're going to pick back up from the restart. Obviously, as we mentioned, we'll skip all the caution laps and whatnot. Obviously, some drivers did decide to come to the pit lane to have service and work being done. as we are approaching about the halfway point of the race. When we come back from the instant replay, you will actually be seeing the restart of the event. So I think it'll probably be around lap 41 or 42 whenever the replay logo disappears and everything updates. Obviously, want to let everybody know this is an archive race from yesterday. Though we are live right now on PTM Racing TV, this is an archive race from yesterday. Oh, and actually, I'm a couple laps behind, actually. It'll be 38 of 99 laps. So, there you go. We had an accident around lap 35. Quick caution, and the field will get bunched back up ready for the restart here. 38 of 99 laps. Matthew Patton is the new leader inside. Red, white, and blue Hyper Motorsports teammate flanked along on the outside lane of row 1 with, of course, John Ward. The McCullough family, and of course Stamper making up the outside of row 2. Mollahan, Baker, Triscaro, Stefane, Osborne, Carruthers, all these drivers top 10. And we are back to green from a drone view at Talladega, back underway. Working the back straightaway. 2.66 miles, 4.281 kilometers. That is the Talladega Superspeedway, the longest NASCAR oval on the circuit. Want to talk about a wild one? This is a wild track. They climbed the banking. Into turn number 1 and 2, 33 degrees. 32 degrees in 3 and 4, identical. Front straightaway through the tri-oval right now. That's 17 degrees of banking. Talladega, Alabama Gang Super Stretch, 5 degrees. They work down that back straightaway right now. Fastest track on the NASCAR circuit, Talladega, biggest one by no doubt in comparison. All this going on as they come to the turn. 3 and 4. Kenneth McCullough now back out in front again. And we've got trouble. They were diving down into the corner, and you see the leaders and others all scampering to get on the binders, and we have got a stack up there in between turns number 1 and 2. Here is a look at it. Oh no. Another caution out. Man, oh man. Take your pick. I want to say probably the 0-3. Kenneth McCullough right there amongst it, as it was the leaders right there in the top 10 that got involved in the incident. We are under the yellow flag for what will be the 4th time of the race here in the JCB Excavation Incorporated 250. Waiting to get the replay up to show you what happened. It happened right in the middle of the pack with the front runners. And this puts us under the yellow flag for the the 4th time here at Talladega, approaching the halfway mark. Just around 100 miles into it here in the JCB Excavation 250. By the way, big thanks to all of the sponsors one more time. But first, let's take a look at a replay. Kenneth McCullough, John Ward, all these drivers, John Mollahan, and look at McCullough just went to the bottom of the flat, going into the corner into 1 and 2, and then all of a sudden nowhere to go for other guys. Going around like Stefane, I believe that is. Bradley Stefane in the 89. There you see him. He got hooked. He got also into the 6th of John Mollahan. There you see the end result. And a multi-truck accident involving some more drivers here. Douglas Camp involved in the 408. And we go under the yellow flag. again. All right, so we're going to fast forward again to the restart after this caution. Lap number 41 of 99. And get ready for the restart. By the way, thanks to PTM Racing TV. Robert Warrens is the director. Chan Pottle is, of course, operator of Pedal to the Metal Racing TV. If you'd like to know more about PTM Racing TV, follow them on Facebook and, of course, on social media and on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. PTM Racing TV. And the JCB Excavation 250 is presented by JCB Excavation Incorporated, Ron Morse Paint and Racing. Thank you also to JT Mills. Fast qualifier pocketed $40 from JT Mills for the pole award. MMS Money Racing. Thank you to Street Limit, Pacey Gray Racing, Hyper Motorsports, Kenneth Stamper Racing, and Coasting Thunder, as well as PTM Racing TV. By the way, I want to thank also 12-year-old Samuel Carter in the field, the young man, Samuel Carter, 12 years old, making his broadcast debut racing tonight as well. I want to send a shout out to Samuel Carter, doing well right now in the number 2 spot right there for Hyper Motorsports. 12 years old, Samuel Carter, teammate John Ward flanked to the inside, and we are ready to go back to the restart in the Geico restart zone, approaching halfway when they take the green, halfway home in the JCB Excavation 250, and we're back underway at Talladega. Thundering down into turn number 1 and 2. To the back straightaway. And right now, John Ward holding on to that top spot. For how long, though? Matthew Baker bumped to the outside. Changed up from that move by Carter, as well as Stamper. Triscaro down to the inside of the 34. Ward, Carter, Baker, Stamper, Triscaro. Sounds like a law firm. There's your top 5 as they approach the cross flags. Halfway home here at Talladega. Second half of the race. PTM Racing TV's coverage. JCB Excavation Incorporated. 250. Right now they thunder down the back straightaway. John Ward out in front. He leads the way. Matthew Baker. Michael Triscaro on the outside. Now he's on the bottom. He's got help, though. McCullough, the 31 to the inside. John Ward up top. Baker to the outside. Here comes Carter now up high. And the Thundering Herd work their way off turn number 3 to 4 to the line. Ready for the second half of this one here. John Ward inside. Here comes now Baker up on the top. Samuel Carter, 12 years old, running with the big boys. Hyper Motorsports right there in that fight to the inside, to the outside. Got a wingman, John Ward, teammate behind him. And Matthew Baker stays hugged to the inside. All this going on as they work into the corner. Matthew Baker stays locked to the bottom. Now just got bypassed. Kenneth Stamper to the top spot. Three wide already again as they hit the back straightaway. Stamper now protects the bottom of the racetrack. Triscaro down, the monkey in the middle. Mills up top. All this going on. into the corner here at Talladega. Look at Stamper. Look at these teammates. The red, white, and blue Piper Motorsports entries. And you can see at least 5 within the top 15 of one another. You see the red, white, and blue, the way those trucks are designed. Those are your teammate trucks. They are right there in the dance. 5 rows, 3 by 3 again. Laying the virtual lumber down here at Talladega. Now Stamper under attack to the inside. He's got Mills to deal with. Up on the top. Here comes now Baker to battle back on the bottom. He's got wingman help. Here comes Piper Motorsports. Clear a path. John Ward. Carter, 12 years old, on the back of the leader. Baker. Stamper falls back. He's to the outside lane, to the middle down, losing 3 or 4 spots. Well, this goes on. Baker to the lead. Bumping, gouging, banging into the corner, down into turn number 1. Baker under attack, back to the inside. Here comes now Carter up top. Stamper up high. Triscaro to the inside. Carruthers gets loose as he worked off too. And somehow they all hold it together. Great frantic racing here at Talladega, approaching now. The finish of this one here. Whoa, John Ward, little bump. You saw it there live. Into the grass goes John Ward, losing every amount of momentum he had. From the pit house to the outhouse for John Ward, all the way back into the top 20 and more. Meanwhile, we stay green. We're halfway home now. I think I jumped the gun by a couple of laps halfway here this time. Michael Triscaro now in the lead. 51 and 99 laps completed. That's what I've been told of the year from my producer, Robert Warnes. Down into the corner, Carter battles back alongside Triscaro. Triscaro falls back now behind him. Baker will do the same. Joshua McCullough now back to the lead. Baker to the outside. 48 laps to go here at Talladega. John Ward, by the way, in the battle of the race, has fell all the way back to 27th. 6 seconds back on the lead pack. He was right in the hunt of battling for the win in the 92. Tough break there for John Ward. Racing, battling hard. And obviously short tempers now as we move into the home stretch of this race, the second half. Joshua McCullough up in front. Kenneth Stamper in that second spot. Samuel Carter, the 12-year-old, in third. Two by two by two by two by two by two, 6, 7 rows now. They do-si-do up to 34 degrees of bacon at Talladega into turn 3. And well, that goes on. Here comes now the outside lane, trying to get something started. McCullough now up top, Stamper and Patton behind him. While that goes on, 12-year-old Carter protects the bottom lane on the inside. And they still go door to door, back up the bank and into turn 1 and 2. 46 laps to go. Big thanks to our sponsors. Again, they're ticking on the top of the right Want to acknowledge them. JCB Excavation Incorporated, Ron Morris Paint Racing, JT Mills, MMS Racing, Money Racing, Street Limit, Casey Gray Racing, Hyper Motorsports, Halfway Leader pocketed $50. Thanks also to Kenneth Stamper Racing, Coasting Thunder as well. And of course, broadcast partner is PTM Racing TV. I'm Wesley Outland. Robert Warrens is on production. Chan Pottle is producer-director. Back straight away. Samuel Carter, there you see him from the front view of the number 85. He is in the lead. Leading off of turn number 3 and 4 now. Triscara down to the inside. Baker will follow. Carter, a little nudge there, a bump from McCullough. Lets him correct. Stamper will follow. Outside lane. Here comes more help. McCullough up on the top. That's Kenneth McCullough. Carruthers on the outside. 40 to go, and we're 3 by 3 again. Triscara, Baker, Carter, McCullough, Carruthers, Osborne, Stamper, Ward, Joe, top 10. That's the way it stands right now. 11 gone back, including Patton, Bass, Crawford, Mills, Forbes, Stefane, Barnes, Miller, Kennable, York, Corbett, Thompson, Elliott, Childs, Galata, Macheda, Parker, McCullough, Camp. And there's the rest of the rundown of the guys that are out of the race from 31st on back. So the top 30 still on the racetrack. And right now, watching them work their way through the tri-oval here. Off of turn number 4. Michael Triscaro now. Powers to the inside. He'll go to the lead. Single file, 2 rows behind them, and then they're 3 by 3 again. Behind Jeremy Osborne. It is a frantic freight train of fury. Here comes Baker now. Jumping out of line. Splits away from Osborne. He'll go to the middle lane. Stamper up high. So is also McCullough. McCullough family hooks up with Carruthers on the outside lane. That's the DEI Dell Jr. throwback 10. Another lap for the board. 43 laps to go, down 42 to go. Matthew Baker by himself. 3 wide behind them. Monkey in the middle. Here comes Carter. Powers through the middle lane. He'll power along Baker for the lead into 2. Evolution goes on to the back straightaway. Carter now showing strength outside lane. Joshua McCullough, the McCullough family. Carruthers, they're Will and Dillon into 3. Look at the move from the outside to the bottom on the 31 McCullough. Well, that goes on, we got stacked up, and they turned him. The 73 goes around, and they're crashing behind them. You knew it was bound to happen. You knew a storm was brewing. Bass got the short end of the stick. He was starting to make a move on the machine of Jeremy Osborne, and then they made contact. McCullough got into Carruthers. It made everybody stack up from there, and you've got trouble. Caution 5. Here's a look at a replay on PTM Racing TV to put us under the yellow flag with around 40 laps to go. Here it is. Robert Warren's dead on it. There you see the stack up. You see McCullough up ahead. Got into Carruthers, and then from there, nowhere to go for Bass and Company. So many other trucks got collected. Tough break there. Heath Job also involved in the 760. Here's a look at it one more time. Just everybody stacks up behind Bass, and then from there you just go around. Oh, man, oh, man. So that's why we're under the yellow flag. 42 laps to go. Obviously, we're going to try to pick up to about 40 or 39 remaining for the restart of this race. As again, if you are watching on PTM Racing TV, Bar Money Racing of the JCB Excavation 250, this is live on the air right now. However, this is the archive of last night's event. Due to technical iRacing issues, we were not able to broadcast the race in real time. Valiant work with Chan Pottle and Robert Warnes to work behind the scenes to get this event put up a day later tonight. And I'm Wesley Outland. Let's go back to on-track activities, shall we? And we are approaching under 40 laps to go whenever we come back to on track. And you know, the racing has been so exciting. You can't really even make a pick of who's going to win this thing right now. It's just so deadlocked. Such great competition out here. So we'll get ready to pick up the restart in just a moment again, once we go back to green flag. So we'll get ready to rejoin you as we come back for a restart, is what I've been told. 38 laps to go. Kenneth McCullough, Joshua McCullough up in the front. Not anymore. Got some new men up there. Michael Triscaro. Oh, well, here they come. They were blinking in the front. Now they're popping back into view again. McCullough, they're up there. Statesboro, Georgia drivers. Matthew Baker, Dustin Carruthers. What a save he made to stay in line after got bounced off. We're back to green here. 37 laps to go at Talladega in the JCB Excavation 250. Take about a lap to get back up to full song as they work their way off that 34 degrees back straightaway. Now they're on the Talladega super stretch. The Alabama Gang super straightaway. 3 degrees of banking down the back stretch. Back up another 32.5 degrees into 3 and 4 through the trioval now. That trioval measures 16.5 degrees on the straightaway. Here they come to the line. Start-finish line all the way at the end of pit road going to turn 1. You just saw it, 37 to go. Matthew Baker in the lead. Keeps popping in and out. Joshua McCullough, Kenneth McCullough, Michael Triscaro, Dustin Carruthers, top 5. There you see McCullough popping back in and out again. You're wondering where we're live and then it blinks and then it fades away from the camera shot. It's because the drivers that they're showing, they leave and then they pop back up again. iRacing's not a fan of it, but it's called netcode. They come to the line, 35 laps to go when they come thundering to the start-finish line. Joshua McCullough in the lead, Matthew Baker on the outside. A couple of guys in the top 20 on back jumping out of line. Way loose there, working off of turn 2. Mills is one of them. Mills and Thompson and Elliott. Big thanks, by the way, to Aubrey Thompson. He was the man behind promoting this event to make it happen. Also, David Sheets, Justin Mills, some of the people that were involved to make this race be what it was. They'll come to the line. 34 laps to go now. Joshua McCullough in the lead. Matthew Baker up on the outside. Triscaro, McCullough, door to door. Heath Job right back in the song and dance again after almost getting caught up in an accident. Dustin Carruthers, he's got lucky a couple of times being up on the top shelf. Stamper right there will follow. The Bengals 30 to the inside. Samuel Carter back to 8th. Bradley Stefane Back to second, Jeremy Osborne in 10th. All this going on as they work their way back into the corner through the tri-oval. This is Talladega virtually, and 33 laps to go now. Joshua McCullough from the middle lane to the bottom. Plenty of room given. Triscaro down to the inside. So is also Job. Working their way into 3 and 4. We got a caution on the racetrack. There's problems on the speedway somewhere. And looks like the 89 might have got a piece of it. There's that throwback to the fabulous Hudson Hornet colors we were referring to. I want to say that's Bradley Stefan, if I remember correctly. The blue 89, there he is, and looks like there was already an accident before he even got to it. So we're going to rewind it just a little bit. Oh, let's see here. Whoa, we got a truck in the air, actually. Is that the 89? Yeah, so we're going to pull forward here. There you see, there's the 2. There's the number 2 machine. Is that Mills, I believe it is? Or William Rice? There's William Rice. Let's go right there. Contact between him and the 55. And that's what started it, William Rice and others. Then the 55 going off track. What a tough break, man. There you see it. William Rice, Mike Davenport spinning to the bottom of the infield. A couple other trucks involved. And that is why we go under the yellow flag with 33 laps to go. When we pop back up to you for the replay and the race restart at probably around 30, 29 laps to go, somewhere in that number. Big thanks for joining us. I want to thank the sponsors again, as they are, again, scrolling on the top right when we come back to the live feed. JCB Excavation Incorporated. Thanks also to Ron Morris Paint and Racing. JT Mills. MMS Money Racing. Street Limit. Pacey Gray Racing. Hyper Motorsports. Kenneth Stamper Racing. And Coasting Thunder. Broadcast coverage on PTM Racing TV. As we get ready to go back to the video feed here in just a moment after the incident that took place to show you the instant replay. And wow, not done yet. Closing in on 30 laps to go here at the Talladega Super Speedway. So we'll get ready to show 30 laps to go whenever they come back to the restart. Obviously, you see some of these guys still blinking. They were having those issues all night last night. Matter of fact, we couldn't even broadcast the race live because of some of these technical issues, but we're doing the best we can to carry you a day later. Green flag back out, because it was around this time 24 hours ago this race was on the air and probably around the finish. Green flag. Talladega. The field going back into corner number 1 and 2. Down the back stretch, the Thunder. A couple of Hyper Motorsports teammates now in that mix. $69 laps completed, 30 to go. Down into the corner through the tri-oval. everybody being showed out, and one lap down, but that's going to update, I promise you. Baker outside. Triscaro to the bottom on the inside lane. All that's happening now as they work their way to the back stretch. Thought about going 3 wide, maybe going 3 wide. Into that third turn. Somehow holding it together. Through 3 and 4. 3 wide again as they come to the line. That's Bradley Stefane now down to the inside. He wants to make a run for the lead. Jeremy Osborne will follow to the bottom. Baker now in the middle. Hyper Motorsports Machines up high at a 2. Both Joshua and Kenneth McCullough now popping back in view again. Still some technical woes on their end. Triscaro falling back. There you see the field coming to the line inside. That's Stamper, the leader, on the bottom. Kenneth Stamper. Timing and scoring has him as the 21. He's in the Cincinnati Bengals number 30. Inside of him is Joshua McCullough. Somehow they'll weasel on by and hold on to that spot. Now Stanford down to the inside. He leads the way. Correction. Look at that move by Joshua McCullough to power back with Stanford. McCullough on the outside lane as well will follow behind Baker. Heath Joe right there in that mix with McCullough, Stanford, and Carruthers. That's that Hyper Motorsports red, white, and blue machine amongst the black trucks. In the top 5, Carruthers is climbing. Bradley Stefane to the bottom of the racetrack as well in that purple and white 89. $74 down, 25 to go here at Talladega. Back to the line, Joshua McCullough leads the lap again. Stamper up on the outside lane now. Now correction is in the bottom, and there's contact. They run each other up the track. Baker gets into Carruthers. Carruthers gets into John Ward. Slamming into one another. The 04, nowhere to go. Caution out. A bump draft, a little aggressive, a little too early, and calamity going on. Here's a look at the replay. 4 wide, Stefane in the bottom of the racetrack, the monkey in the middle, these other trucks and nowhere to go, and they're crashing. Hyper Motorsports teammates involved in it and others. You're on board with the KSR entry. That was Carruthers. What a tough break there for the number 10, Dustin Carruthers. And that will put us under the yellow flag. Hey, we're going to take a break. We'll play the intro video that was really cool to hype up this race in case you're jumping on. You haven't seen it when we got on the air earlier. We'll be back for the restart of just under 20 laps to go from Talladega, the JCB Excavation 250. This is PTM Racing TV. Back here at the Talladega Super Speedway, it'll be 20 laps to go when the field comes back to the restart. This caution actually was a little bit more lengthier than what we thought. Obviously, I guess they were making pit stops. Got to think some of these drivers can possibly go the distance and go to the finish of the race as we get ready to go back for a restart as the field is in turn number 4 at the Trioval. Here's a nice camera angle from the start-finish line. They're at the Geico restart zone. 20 to go. 79 in here at Talladega. We're back to green. Ready to see how this all shake, rattles, and rolls as Jeremy Osborne up in front. And we got trouble spinning down to the bottom of the apron. Couple of trucks getting loose down to the bottom of the apron of the racetrack on the flat part. Do not see the caution. Yep, there's the caution now. So we literally just got back to a restart, and then we had an accident. I thought maybe they were going to try to keep it green because the trucks that spun were on the bottom of the racetrack on the apron below the yellow line. However, we will go under the yellow flag. I want to say that's caution flag number 7. So yellow flag out for the 7th time. Let's take a look at the replay for what put us under the caution flag here. If we can find it. If not, we'll go right back for the restart. Nope, here it is right there. Bam. Yeah.
Where that car was.
That was behind the machine that's against us, the 84. That's Jimmy Crawford, I believe it is. Jimmy Crawford, there's Justin Mills in front of him in the 4 machine. So Crawford and Mills to put us under the yellow flag. Just a little bit of contact there between Mills and another driver. Crawford then went to the bottom of the apron to miss it. And that is what will put us under the caution flag. Don't forget to check out PTM Racing TV on Facebook, social media, Discord, and of course, hit that subscribe button for more great content from Pedal to the Metal Racing TV. Thanks also to, of course, executive producer is Chan Pottle for PTM Racing TV. Robert Warrens is producer director tonight for this race. Delayed from yesterday. Live now, ready for restart with 17 laps to go. Yeah, we got a lot of blinking going on, and that's one of the reasons why we weren't able to broadcast live last night, and we'll just have to work our way through it to come back to green. McCullough even blinking. He's the leader. We're back underway. "17 laps to go here at Talladega." Time and scoring showing Kenneth Stamper up in front, as well as McCullough. They're starting to pop back into view again as they thunder down the back straightaway. 17 to go. 99 laps the distance here. Here they come through turn 4. Down to the tri-oval. 16 to go down. Now make it 15 to go at the line. No, it's 16 to go. My apologies. It's like the ticker got ahead there for a second. Could have swore I saw 17, 16, and 15. Back to 16. Whoa, hold on. And he's spinning. Back straightaway. Trouble. The 48 machine and others cracking. Oh, no. Logan York, the 48. He's the man that spun around, got a little bump draft and bounced off the tailgate of that machine in the middle. And around went Logan York and others. Several good contenders caught up in this one again as well. Ambrose Kennable in the 0-4. Sean Corbett. Just again, Logan York made his way all the way to the front. Logan York made his way all the way to the front, and then all of a sudden just got tangled from the back, spun around, went around. And then you see the end result of other drivers bumping and banging into him. And that's why we are under caution flag again. So we'll get ready for a restart here. Everybody mind my voice. I've been under the weather this past weekend. Understanding that Bradley Stefane is in the lead. However, blinking issues on him again, like the other guys, like McCullough and others, as we come back to green. 11 laps to go here at Talladega. To the home stretch we go. Couple of trucks getting, oh, there we go, trouble in the back. I was thinking they were a little slow getting fired up, and then they spin. I think we're still green. I don't think they threw a caution. I think we're still under green flag. No, we're under yellow. Okay. So the yellow is out. Restart, couple of trucks a little slow getting going. And that's why we go under caution here again. Here's a look at it on the replay for you for what happened. A correction, okay. We're just going to come back for the restart for the race is what I've been told. So we're probably under 10 laps to go. Probably 9 or 8 laps to go when we come back for the restart as it is approaching the end of this race. By the way, just want to let everyone know we are live now. However, archives will be available for this race as soon as we go live off the air. You want to go back and check it out again? As they are getting ready to come to the restart this time by, it'll be 7 laps to go. 7 remaining. Fast forward all the cautions, all the dead time, because this race was last night around this time. Ready to settle it here. The JCB Excavation 250. 7 laps to go. Green flag, Bradley Stefane up in front, and we're back underway at Talladega. Working up the banking. Turn number 1 and 2. Stefane in the lead. John Mollahan right there in tow. In that 6, down to the inside. Kenneth Stamper up on the outside lane. How about Douglas Camp, Kenneth McCullough right back in the top 8 again. In the top 6, Matriscaro and Barnes and Ode Osborne. How about Danny Barnes also? He's moved his way into the 7th spot in truck 7. 7 laps to go, 6 to go when they come to the line. This time by, somehow they hold it together. Bradley Stefane in the lead. Got a little loose, got sideways, he got into McCullough, Osborne and others, they're crashing. We got trouble. There is Stamper involved, Osborne, and the caution is out with 6 laps to go here at Talladega. Into the home stretch, and you see he just got bump draft the wrong way, and then you saw nowhere to go. Stefane stayed in it, kept on going, knocked into Stamper into these other guys like Triscaro and Osborne, wrecking on the bottom of the racetrack. And that's why we're in the yellow flag here with under 5 laps to go. Man, oh man. So, caution out again involving Osborne, Stamper, drivers that were up in the front that actually were doing really, really good here tonight. Jeremy Osborne, Trey Stamper, or I'm sorry, Kenneth Stamper. Really lucky as Bradley Stefane. Somehow he was able to continue after getting hit from the back of the tailgate. Shot up the racetrack, could have got turned into the pack. Somehow he saved it, and he is in the lead. We're going to overtime now. This is the restart with green, white checker. They got 3 attempts at overtime here. 3 to go is going to become 2 to go when they come to the line. Green flag back out. And Bradley Stefane pull an upset on McCullough, Camp and Company. He's on the inside. Bradley Stefane inside racetrack. McCullough on the outside. Parker up to 3rd. Camp, Mills back into the top 5 again in the 4. They work the back stretch into turn number 3. Stefane inside. Plenty of room given to McCullough. Parker, Camp, Mills, Giles, Triscaro, Barnes, Baker, Azranoff, your top 10. They are coming out of turn 4, down to the line. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go here at Talladega when they come to the stripe. This is it. Final time around. Stefane to the inside. McCullough up top. Camp, Parker holding it together. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. 5 rows deep. Conga line roars to the back stretch for the final time. into turn number 3, and we got trouble. McCullough just got wrecked. He got sent in the fence. Other drivers are crashing. Barnes is going around. Baker's going around. The battle for the win is in turn 3. Bradley Stefane, Douglas Camp going at it. Mono Swine. Here comes now the 19. Making a move up high. Jessica Childs. Can she get in the fight? She cannot. Bradley Stefane holds them off. Winner here at Talladega, Bradley Stefane in 89. Douglas Camp, Jessica Childs, the only lady driver in the field, will finish in 3rd. What a finish. And Bradley Stefane holding off the likes of everybody coming after him to win here at Talladega. What a race. What an event for Bradley Stefane. Driver of the 89. He will get it done. By the way, you see the ticker of the scoring results. We're waiting for it to update for it to be official. Bradley Stefane, the winner. There he is right there. RKM Setup Shop number 89 Chevrolet, burning it down here at Talladega. Douglas Camp will finish in 2nd. Jessica Childs, what a comeback for that, you lady. There she is. Might have blew the motor in the celebration, but it's all good. She'll finish in 3rd. Joshua McCullough 4th. Joshua McCullough, Trevor Azranoth in 5th. Miller, York, Job, Forbes, Ward, your top 10. That's the way the top 10 finish. '11th on back to 20th. Allen Stamper, Crawford, Fox based. You see the scoring ticker showing the rest of the rundown. 9 caution flags halted this race. And when it was all done, 1 attempt at overtime. And there he is, the RKM Setup Shop number 89, Bradley Stefane, the winner tonight in the JCB Excavation Incorporated 250 at Talladega Superspeedway. Want to send a big thanks to all the sponsors one more time. JCB Excavation, Ron Morris Paint and Racing, JT Mills. Thank you also to MMS Money Racing, Street Limit, Pacey Gray Racing, Hypermotor Sports, Kenneth Stamper Racing, and Coasting Thunder. Thank you to all of those sponsors. This broadcast on replay has been presented by the fine folks at PTM Racing TV. That's Pedal to the Metal Racing TV. Find them on Facebook, social media, as well as hit that subscribe on YouTube. The executive producer of PTM Racing TV is Shane Pottle. Producer director tonight was Robert Warnes. I am Wesley Outland. Bradley Stefane wins the JCB Excavation 250. Good night from Talladega.